With me I have Uri Avnery, a long-time Israeli peace activist and a former member of the Israeli parliament. Mr. Avnery, thank you very much for joining us here on RT. You have said that you are certain that Israel will not attack Iran. What makes you so certain?
Israel cannot conduct any major military operation without the prior consent of the United States. It's absolutely impossible. It's impossible. We need the American arms, we need spare parts, we need ammunition, we need, in a war, continuous support from America. America will not let us attack Iran, because the Israeli attack on Iran would be the same as an American attack. The reaction would be the same.
So why then all the hype and talk of Israel attacking Iran before Christmas?
There are several objects. One object is to push the United States and Europe to do something, impose sharper sanctions and so on. Then it is to frighten and maybe deter Iran. Then it is to divert Israeli attention from the protest movement early this year, which was becoming a great threat to the government.
Is it not possible that the United States supports Israel in launching a strike against Iran, although publicly it very much says it's against it?
An Israeli attack on Iran will be considered by Iran as an American attack. It's no different. You cannot send Israel and then pretend that it doesn't concern you. You will get the full reaction as if America itself were leading the attack.
Is there any benefit to the United States from the Israeli rhetoric that it will attack Iran?
Yes, sure. Sure, because I don't think all this talk would be there if the Americans didn't want it. Of course, if you really want to attack, you don't talk.
Iran insists that it is not building a nuclear bomb. Should the world believe it?
If Iran gets the atom bomb, well, it's not a pleasant prospect, but contrary to most of my countrymen, I'm not frightened, because Iran is a very big country. Few people realize how big it is. It's bigger than Germany, France, Italy and Spain together. It's a very big country. It has a very, very long, glorious history. It is a civilized country. If they get the atom bomb, they will not use it the same we do not use it the same. The United States, after the Second World War, does not use it.
How can you be sure that they won't use it? Your countrymen are very worried that they will.
If they would use, it would be the end of Iran. It would be perhaps the end of Israel, but it also would be the end of Iran. And no, even the crazy people will not risk the total destruction of his own country in order to do something which is completely unimportant, by the way. Iran has no quarrel with Israel. Iran has been for a long time our closest ally. There's no clash of interests. It's all talk. It's religious talk by somebody who is or pretends to be a religious fanatic. There's absolutely, people use the atom bomb, if at all, as the last resort of desperation.
Why does Iran need nuclear capability?
Well, let me remind you that a few years ago, the United States was governed by a bunch of so-called neoconservatives, neocons, who decided first to attack Iraq, finish Iraq in 2 or 3 weeks, and then to attack either Syria or Iran. This was openly said, openly proclaimed. No responsible leader of Iran after that, or even before that, would dare not to produce an atom bomb. The only deterrent a country like Iran has against such plans is by having an atom bomb. One atom bomb is total insurance.
What about the threat of further sanctions against Iran? Are sanctions part of the solution or part of the problem?
I don't believe in sanctions, frankly. The sanctions may slow it down, but if a country decides to have a nuclear bomb for its own self-defense at any price, then sanctions won't help. And I think sanctions are just a pretext for the United States and Europe not to do anything. But they have to do something. You cannot be an American president up for re-election without at least seeming to do something very radical to frighten the Iranians off. And therefore, they all talk about sanctions, knowing that sanctions are unpleasant, but they are not crucial.
Is Iran justified in its call to the International Atomic Energy Agency that it check whether or not Israel have nuclear capabilities?
Well, they say Israel got 200 or 400 nuclear bombs. Why shouldn't we have a nuclear bomb to defend ourselves against Israel? This is being said every day, practically. We are in a very curious situation in this respect, because no one in the world doubts that we have a very big amount of nuclear bombs, yet we want to deny another country from having nuclear bombs.
Does Israel have the military capability to fight a war with Iran?
Many people doubt it. It's a very significant fact that all the Israeli security establishment, not just the army, but also the intelligence community, are against an attack on Iran. The chief of the Mossad, the former chief of the Mossad, said that attacking Iran is the absolute most stupid idea he's ever heard in his life. A war with Iran is by far the biggest war which Israel has ever fought, incomparable to any of the wars with Egypt or other little countries. A war with Iran would mean, one, that the Israeli army will have to bombard dozens of nuclear installations over and underground to do the job. To do this, it has to fly over Turkish or Syrian or Jordanian or Saudi Arabian territory, which is a question by itself. And it would risk a reaction, a certainty of a reaction. There would be tens of thousands of missiles raining down on us. Iranian missiles, Hezbollah missiles in Lebanon, maybe Hamas missiles from Gaza. They would come from all directions. Israel is certainly not prepared in civil defense to prevent these missiles falling on us.
Does the Israeli public support a strike on Iran?
Oh, yes. It's a slight majority, not as big as one could expect. Any public in any country of the world, maybe except Germany, always supports the idea of making war.
Why?
It's human nature, I think. You depict somebody as the devil. You say that your enemy is going to attack you and destroy you, so you must go out first and destroy them before they destroy you. And it's very easy to get any public. I think in this respect we are not different from others. You can always incite the people to be enthusiastic about going to war.
is part of the incitement on behalf of the government that you talk about because of the growing isolation of Israel in the international community?
If Israel attacks an Islamic country, the whole Islamic world will unite against them. Both Shiites and Sunnis will make no difference. In connection with the Arab Spring, the democratic revolutions in Arab countries, we will be surrounded by hostile countries. We'll be facing a different Arab world the next day. I think the more you think about it, the more irresponsible and stupid the whole idea looks.
Are you afraid for the future of Israel?
I'm more afraid of developments inside Israel than of any foreign danger. I think Israel is reasonably secure militarily and will be for a long time to come. If we don't make peace with the Palestinians, Israel will become very soon an apartheid state. And this is a real danger, because this would mean the collapse of anything we had hoped for in Israel.
Uri Avnery, thank you very much for joining us here on RT.
Thank you.